It's up to your parents to decide that for you.
My parents said no.
And then you need to bring that green sheet back no matter what. So I need that green sheet from you.
I feel like I have it.
And don't worry, if you don't do it, I have extra work for you to do.
Yes! Why do you want extra work from me? Because I do anything to be a break from the Christmas. Yes. I think Christmas program is break. I'm not sure to do extra work. I do not want to do the Christmas program. Raise your hand if you want to do the Christmas program. Wow. That's not I don't care. I don't care about candy. I'm sure you have.
It's not up to you guys. It's up to your parents to decide for you. Okay, use God's gifts wisely. We're going to be looking at Exodus 16 today. I forgot to grab my Bible. Is Exodus in the Old Testament or the New Testament? Old. Page 72. Do you guys have a favorite superhero? My kids do. Josiah's is Captain America right now, or Spider-Man. He likes Spider-Man too.
Mason like Batman.
You like Batman? Toby was Batman for Halloween. How about a favorite food? Do any of you have a favorite food?
White noodles.
White noodles?
Bourbon steak. Yeah. White rice. Whipped cream. Whipped cream. Ice cream. Whipped cream. Whipped cream, chocolate, ice cream. Ice cream.
All right. What would you think of your superhero if he or she gave you as much of your favorite food as you could eat anytime you wanted?
I would think it's so much.
So today,
Let's thank God.
we're going to learn about a superhero in the Bible. Our super God, who's our superhero. And he provided a special food. Oh, I should? For his people. God provided a special food for his people. How do you think they reacted? Or did they react excited like you guys, you think?
Maybe. No. They acted confused, I'm guessing.
You think confused? All right, let's read about it on the top of page 72. Do I have a volunteer to read that top paragraph? Bentley, you want to start us off? I am glad you guys are excited to do your handwriting, and that makes me excited. But what are we supposed to be doing right now? Well, Chloe. All right. So, do you guys remember the people of Egypt when they were in slavery? And that they had to escape from Pharaoh and cross the Red Sea? You watched that movie? You haven't read this story in your Bible before? Okay. All right. So this who was the guy that was leading the people?
Jesus.
Moses. Did Moses want to lead the people? Do you guys know that? No, he didn't think he was a good leader. But God had a plan for him, and he used him to be that leader.
And then he wanted to be a leader, so
So,
we could follow him.
he has led them out into the wilderness, and there's all these people, thousands of people, and they're hungry. And God is going to provide for them. That is what Bentley just read to us, those of you who weren't paying attention. So, what happens on the second paragraph of our story? Somebody want to read it? Troy?
In the evening, quail toward the camp. In the morning, dew fell around the camp. When the dew dried, it left a fine, flaky frost on the ground. The people did not know what it was. They called it manna, which means, what is it? Moses said, this is bread from the Lord. Gather as much as you can eat. So the people did. The ground manna and made different foods from it. The manna was white and tasty, like wafers made with honey.
Okay, so in the evening they got meat. They got quail, which is a bird, like chicken. Every evening there was plenty of quail for everybody to eat. And in the morning there was this bread type substance that was sweet because it had honey, right? How do you think the people reacted? They were eating this. They could have as much as they want, so their belly should have been full. They had good nutrition. Do you think they're going to be happy about that?
Yes. No, probably not. That's just how they are.
All right, let's find out. Third paragraph. Who wants to read? Chloe?
Moses told the people to not eat manna until morning, but some did not listen. When they kept some until morning, it had worms and snakes. Moses
Became.
angry with them.
So they knew food was going to be there in the morning, and in the evening there was going to be food, and they still tried to save it even though God told them not to, and it rotted overnight. That's kind of gross. So because they were sinning, and it's a visual reminder of their sinning against God, not following what God had asked. It rotted in one day. It began to stink and get worms in it. Gross. Yeah. Probably pretty nasty.
Worms, my favorite.
All right. So, let's answer those questions from that story. What did God provide the people in the evening to eat?
Quail.
Quail. Write that on that first line under number 1. Quail. Quail. Let's see. What's it start with? Q. And when we have a Q, we always have a U. And then we have a A-L sign.
Then A-I-L.
A-I-L. Good job. Look at that. You guys can spell and decode.
No, I found it out in the evening.
Or you could look in your book and see it.
What did he provide in the morning?
What did they eat in the morning?
Nothing.
Not bread. We call it manna. It is like bread. It's the bread of heaven, but it's called manna. It has a special name.
Excuse me. It doesn't say when it's manna.
You gather as much as you can eat,
I don't smell manna.
but you don't save it, except for on the Sabbath. Then it wouldn't rot on Sabbath because it was a day of rest. M-A-N-N-A is manna. M-A-N-N-A.
Why do we just put an M?
M-A-N-N-A. Manna. Okay. So number 3, did you guys all get that answered?
No.
You can manna.
M-A-N-N-A.
Okay. Does Miss Triplett want to talk over you? Number 3, what rules did God have? Could they keep it overnight?
No.
Could they eat as much as they could eat on that time?
No.
Yes. So gather as much as you're going to eat, but don't save it. That is the rule for manna.
That's right. Don't save it.
Sure.
Don't save it. Just don't ever
Eat as much as you want, but don't save it.
Like I have boneless wings that are delicious. Don't. That's a contraction. That's a contraction.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
You should have put that contraction up there.
So what do we learn? What do we learn from this story about using God's gifts wisely? Bentley? Not be greedy. Anything else? God will provide for us. Were there consequences when they didn't use God's gifts wisely? Yeah. So we're supposed to use the gifts God gives us as intended or wisely. Because otherwise there are consequences. Yes. So do you think the people of Israel wanted to make Moses angry?
Let's try that. Did you forget period?
You don't think so? Nope. I don't think so either. I don't think they wanted, but some people might have been rebelling. Okay, Mason, that's fine if you need to sit over here and work, but you need to sit and not be distracting. Why do you think some people kept manna until the next day? Why do you think? You gotta remember, they were slaves for a really long time and didn't have enough food. So why would they save the manna? Yes, is number 4. We're not there yet, Troy. We're still talking about the story.
What's a world study? Study the world. Yeah, study. Just study about the world. Guys, translate said world study. World study.
Why do you? So if they were starving for a long time and then all of a sudden they have as much food as they could eat, they might have felt greedy or wanted to make sure they still had enough food, right? So they tried to save it instead of trusting that God would continue to provide for them.
Cereal for the morning, I would be like, cereal.
What kinds of gifts does God give us to use wisely? Jacob? He gives us the Bible so we can learn His Word. That is certainly a gift from God. What else? Jack? Church. He gives us church so that we can go and hear His Word. Anything else? Troy? Life. Yep. He wants us to live our life in a wise manner. How about money? Is that a gift from God? It is a gift from God. Does He provide your cattle with food and water? So, huh? I mean, we might have to work for our money, but that's also part of earning it and keeping it and using it wisely, right? Does He want us to automatically go waste our stuff? And no. Should we just, hey, we broke that, we need to replace it with something new right away? Or should we try and fix things? The talent story, you're right. So, our word in our word study is the word steward. That's a silly word, huh? It could be a name, but a steward is a servant entrusted with caring for his master's property. God made human stewards their keepers or protectors of his creation. So, A steward in your word study is a person who takes care of something or someone. Can you?
That's the thing in the word study.
Yep. If we misuse God's gifts, that's a sin, right? Can we do anything to repair our relationship with God if we're misusing the gifts God gives us? We can do something? Who did something for us? Jesus. Yes, Jesus did something. We can't fix anything we do wrong. Jesus is the only one who can fix us. All right. On the next page, we have super steward or careless keeper. I want you to listen to the things, and you have to decide. I'm actually going to have you work with a partner on this.
Yes! But I have to be wearing
You have to wear your mask. Yep, you can. 3 girls can go together. But otherwise, the boys, you can choose a partner to work with. Listen to the directions. You are going to work with a partner, and you're going to read page 73, and then you're going to decide what things you heard that were super steward. That means taking care of something or someone, and things that were careless keeper, not you, okay? And put them in the boxes.
Do you have to have a partner?
Yes. And then when all right. So you're going to finish page 73 together, okay? And then on the lines, you have to answer, how might this Bible verse help Kyle remember to be a super steward, okay? And write the answer on the lines. Okay, go ahead and begin that now.